Hello, I'm Shane Bergen. I'm a physicist and I work in University College Dublin.
And I'm Jane Chadwick. I'm a dormant volcanologist who's worked in education for several years.
And this is a clip of a podcast series that we've been making called 101 The Ways We Learn. It's a 10-part podcast series, and we're going to be following people who are learning new things.
And that gives us a wonderful opportunity to crack open learning and look at all the kind of gooey ingredients inside, from behavioral science and psychology to neuroscience, and really kind of find out whether there's any validity to those sort of old adages of, can you teach an old dog new tricks?
Absolutely, and learning is a really messy thing, and so we're happy to get involved there and do it in a really practical way. So we're going to be following people learning to cook, learning how to code, learning how to cycle, learning how to drum. We can go on. We could have made 100-part episodes here, but we've focused it on 10 things with people that we know.
And so this is a short preview of Jessamine Fairfield learning to cycle, the first in this series.
So Jessamine's actually a really good friend of mine. She's a physicist. She works in NUI Galway. And strangely enough, she never learned to cycle when she was little. And so when we were thinking of people learning new things, this was a real obvious one, like learning to cycle a bike, right? It's something we've all done when we were little. Or it turns out, well, not everyone has. And so Jessamine was willing to volunteer to be taught by a friend to learn how to cycle in a park in Dublin.
I think so.
What are the other ways that I could,
None. There are no other ways. It's very safe. Okay, now get on the bike. Okay, so can you kind of hit the ground while sitting with your feet?
Yeah, I'm just, I'm sitting on it, but my feet are still, flat on the ground. So I'm very comfortable with this because nothing is happening.
So maybe just start scooting. Can you scoot?
Can you define scooting or scooting?
So to scoot, I think just take your feet and push to move yourself forward. Yes.
Okay.
So you can even do it like walking. Imagine you're walking except you're sitting on a bike.
I am walking except I'm sitting on a bike.
You don't look silly at all right now.
I feel extremely silly right now. But my feet are still kind of down on either side of the bike, so I don't feel that scared yet.
Right.
But I know what's coming. I'm gonna oh God, how do you turn a bike around?
Yeah, you're doing it.
Oh.
So right now, Jessamine is using her feet to push herself forward, almost like walking, except sitting on a bike. So, pedals.
No. It was just a joke.
You
I don't need to put my feet on the pedals.
You can do it. Go ahead. Why not?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna glide.
Okay, so now when you're
scoot.
walking... So now I think what we are trying to do, instead of getting sort of general comfort, is trying to glide a little longer. So basically spend more time with your feet not on the ground. Okay, so this is actually better. So when you're pointing in this direction, you're going downhill.
Okay.
So maybe you can get a little more speed without having to put your feet on the ground.
Okay.
Remember, you can go fast. It doesn't matter, because if you feel unstable, you can just plant your feet on the ground. You're not going to fall. You're pretty much incapable of falling right now.
That is a very strong statement.
I'm trying to make you feel better. Come on, man. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So push and glide. Yes.
Just lift your feet.
I sort of am, but I keep leaning to one
You're
side.
doing it.
Ooh.
Okay,
Ooh.
break.
I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing. And that's uncomfortable, because I suppose it is often uncomfortable to feel like you don't know what you're doing. Especially on something that, as previously discussed, most children can do. But this is also exciting because I do want to know how to ride a bike, which is why I agreed to do this. As I will remind myself now while we try to do even more.
Okay, just ready?
Okay.
How does that feel?
Oh, it feels weird. It's like I'm gliding.
Okay, I'm probably not going to crash you into this plant. Okay, now down.
Did I run you over?
I'm fine.
Did
Okay.
the first bike accident happen?
No. So can you reproduce that speed, but with just gliding, do you think?
Maybe.
I'm
Okay.
observing Jessamine's confidence getting better. She's clearly more stable on the bicycle holding it after 5 minutes of playing with it. But I think we're about to have a breakthrough.
No pressure.
Okay.
So that's just been a preview of 101, and we hope you'll hit subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Episode 1 is coming out in January, and there'll be one every week. And you know what? We're really, really proud of the work we've been doing. We've had the opportunity to work with amazing people, amazing teachers, our producers at Bureau, and we hope that you'll get as much out of it as we have in making it.
Absolutely. It's for me, it's actually awoken a whole deeper appreciation of this amazing machine that I have, which is my brain, and how it learns mundane things and spectacular things almost without me noticing.
Yeah, and as a scientist, I find this so interesting because it's an area that we don't fully understand. So like there's loads of different disciplines that have something to say about the way we learn. There isn't a formula for learning, and there's something innately human about that and something really special about it. And so we hope to get lots of different perspectives in this podcast so that you too can appreciate the complexity of the human in learning, and to figure out a little bit about yourself as a learner too.
In the meantime, you can find us in lots of places. We're at 101 The Podcast on social media. We're also 101thepodcast.com online. And you can find us in whatever way you get your podcasts, whatever platform, by searching 101 The Ways We Learn. This is a series that's supported by Science Foundation Ireland, and we really hope you hit subscribe so that you can hear just how Jessamine got on riding her bike.